Let's face the real problem. What's actually so scary about 30s nowadays that we can even make a thriller film about turning 30? Somewhere along the way, we all started believing that life ends at 30. That if you don't have everything figured out by 30, then you're a loser and you failed. But who decided that? Today, I'm here to talk and discuss about this huge topic that worries everyone in their 20s, me included, of course. But today, I'm not here as someone who has already been there because I'm not 30 yet. I will be very soon, okay? But I didn't live my 30s. So I am here as someone who has felt this fear and even depression the moment that I turned 25. Now that I'm almost 30, I think that I should have approached life differently in the last 5 years. First, I want to share my personal story with you, how I felt in my early 20s when I was 25 and how I feel now that I'm in my late 20s. Everything that I felt, everything that I thought, and everything that of course I learned. So if you are in your 20s, this video is for you. If you're new here, hi, I'm Namiyashi and I'm building my dream life from zero while figuring things out in real time. My goals: build a successful business, have financial freedom, be a full content creator, and of course, being an actress. This channel is where I document every single step that I take toward my goals. I will document everything, every win and every failure as it is. I wanted to see the real behind the scenes and what it actually takes to achieve the life of your dreams. So no sugarcoating, no overnight success, just the real journey. My mission is to help people to find hope and courage to live in faith that they will somehow find their own path to success. Whether you want to achieve your dreams with me, grow with me, or just follow my journey, you are more than welcome because I used to upload every single Wednesday and Sunday. Okay, so first things first, where this fear actually came from in the first place, right? By social media timelines, for example, we all have seen that reel like, by 25 you should have achieved this or that, or by 30 you should have achieved this or that. You should. We always seen that you should have achieved whatever by whatever age, which is definitely not true. Then society and even family pressure, right? Especially if you are a woman. If by 25 you are not working in this super important company and you don't have a stable job, or you're not married, you don't have kids, you are not living with your partner and you don't have an apartment, by 30 you are literally a failure in life. So that's what society says. And probably your family, if you have a traditional family, like for example Asian families or Eastern European families, then we also have the comparison with others because we used to compare ourselves, and then the illusion of being late for everything, for having kids, for marriage, for career, for life in general. You will also hear people a lot of times, even if you are in your 20s, telling you you're late, you gotta do this, you gotta do that because you're late and you're pushing 30 and blah blah blah. But spoiler, I am not late. It's because you're comparing my chapter first with someone else's chapter 20. Yes, I actually realized why 30s felt so scary at the beginning, at least for me. I realized this not as soon as I wanted, but as you may know, I love to think deeply about things in general. Literally like a philosopher. I love philosophy books. So I was in my philosopher mode, thinking like, okay, wait, but what is actually that thing that is bothering me so much about turning 30? It is because of what society says. Is it because of my Eastern European mom, because she puts a lot of pressure on me because of that? Or it is maybe because I'm afraid of looking old? None of them seems to make sense for me at the end. First, because I don't blindly follow society. Never did that. I've always been a very rebellious and independent type of spirit. So if literally the whole world agrees on something, I will probably be the only one who questioned that thing. I will probably be the one saying, hey, wait a minute. But why? I've never been the type who just blindly accept what everyone else is saying. So yeah, this proves that it is not because of society. Now, because of my mom, I don't think so, because not even my mom can make me blindly follow her beliefs or her rules. Since I was super little, if I didn't agree on something with my mom, I would just start questioning that thing. And if not, I will even do the opposite just to prove her that I can make my own decision. So what is maybe because of feeling old? Well, I don't think that people look old at 30s, at least nowadays. Like, we are not in the 70s or 80s anymore. Of course, it will also depend on genetics, but mostly on the habits that you had in your 20s. But that's another huge topic. The funny thing is that whenever I will meet someone new that I don't know, they of course ask me, and how old are you? And I always reply, try to guess. The funny thing is that people think that I'm 20 or 21. Some months ago, someone said that I'm a teen, and I was like, what? My boyfriend and my friend are witnesses to it because they were there. Also, when I'm traveling alone, the people of the airport will always ask me for my passport or my ID just to check if I am a legal age to travel alone. And I will be like, what the heck? And they always talk to me in this kind of voice like, oh, hi darling, are you traveling alone? And can you please show me your passport, please? Okay, you can go. So yeah, it never actually been a problem for me. My actual problem is that people consider that I'm way more younger than I am. Even though I'm pretty sure that the moment I will turn 30, I will not suddenly transform into a grandma like in Disney movies the moment that I blow out my candles like society makes you believe. In conclusion, if it's none of that, why do I still feeling bothered by turning 30? I actually realized something very deep, and is that it's not because of what society says, it's not because of external validation. It's something even more important. It's something internal. It's because of my own fight with myself, because of my path, of my dreams, of my career. It's a very personal thing. It has nothing to do with people, actually. I was feeling, and I'm still feeling like that, not gonna lie, that I was wasting time and that I was late. It was literally like a punch of life directly in my face when I turned 25. Even though all the pandemic stuff happened in 2020, and I'm pretty sure that everyone will relate to this feeling, but I kind of felt that it removed years of my life. But then I realized that that's not an excuse though, and especially for someone like me, for entrepreneurs or content creators, that we don't leave the house anyway. So I could be doing my stuff at that time anyway. I could be growing my YouTube channel, my businesses, wherever. So it's not an excuse. But I felt like I was 22 and suddenly I was 25, pushing 30, right? Like society says. What the heck did I do all that time? For some people, these life punches in the face are necessary. For example, for me, because that made me realize that I was actually wasting time. And I was like, move girl, move. You gotta move. So that punch in the face was actually great for me because that made me move finally and take action toward my dream. So yes, we sometimes gotta feel that we're running out of time in order to move. So at that time I was watching all of these stories on YouTube of people turning 19 or 21, 22 and being millionaire and successful and having businesses and a house and this and that. And of course, I felt late. But that also at the same time made me stop a little bit and think about that. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. Like, what if right now at 25, 24, whatever, I will be a successful millionaire entrepreneur? Right? I was still feeling bad and miserable and have fear of turning 30. I closed my eyes and I imagined myself right now being a successful millionaire entrepreneur or YouTuber, whatever, living in this luxury apartment, having everything that I want and achieving my dreams. And guess what? Suddenly, that feeling, that fear literally disappeared. So I just came to the conclusion that it's not about age, actually, it's about achievements. I just didn't want to feel that I was wasting good years of my life. So that's why the moment I turned 25, I was in a constantly rush of becoming a millionaire, becoming a successful entrepreneur, becoming a successful YouTuber, and achieving all my dreams before 30. And guess what? Spoiler, none of that happened. Anyway, I quit college, I started failing a lot of businesses, I lost money, and I still figuring things out. So it was not about age, actually. It was more like a feeling of, what the heck are you doing? Move, please, take action. You're just wasting the best years of your life. You're wasting your potential. Move. So again, it was an achievements problem, not an age problem. So let's get this straight. Do not compare your chapter 1 with someone else's chapter 20. We will all get to chapter 20, but in different ways and different times. Right now, for example, one of the things that I truly wanted to achieve before 30 actually became true, and it's moving in my own apartment with my boyfriend. Maybe the person I watched years ago being a millionaire at 21 right now is divorced or just broke up with her partner, and it's retaking dating life from zero. Yes, maybe that person now is a millionaire, but her romantic life is starting from zero again. Maybe I am not a millionaire right now, but my romantic life is actually going so good and I'm happy with it. We're all on different pages of life. So that's one of the reasons why somehow now I feel more comfortable with the idea of turning 30, even though I didn't achieve most of my dreams, because I know that we are all on different pages. I still have other things that people will love to have, even though I am not a millionaire or a successful entrepreneur right now. I may be some chapters ahead when it comes to mindset, to moving with my boyfriend, to relationship, to living in a city that I actually love, being able to work in my businesses and my dreams, getting a lot of knowledge from books, or having a clear direction in life. All of that also matters. I actually met people in their 50s regretting not doing everything I'm doing right now. So yes, of course, it will be perfect if I can be successful by 30, but if not, I'm okay with the idea of being successful or millionaire or whatever, achieving my dreams by 32 or 35 or whatever, because you know what, I gotta move anyway. I have to keep moving and taking action toward my dreams anyway. I prefer to be 35 and be millionaire and successful rather than being 35 and being exactly in the same chapter that I was when I was 20. That's actually the real fear, not age, but achievements, at least for me. So remember that your 20s are for trying and 30s are for choosing. Now, of course, I still feeling pressure sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. I would rather be 30 and trying than 40 and regretting it. Whether you are in your early or late 20s, please just don't rush yourself and be depressed just because life ends at 30. That's a very stupid way of thinking, honestly. That timeline is fake. Take a moment and plan your life. Get knowledge and move. Decide your direction in life. That's what your 20s are supposed to be. People reinvent themselves at 30s or 40s or 50s. So my final advice to you will be to try and fail, and please don't be afraid to failure, because with this channel I already know how important failure is, right? So I tried multiple things, I failed multiple businesses, I lost a lot of money, I changed my career 3 times already. I had so many dreams and I wasn't sure which one I should pursue first. So do all of that. Try, fail, experiment, because that's what your 20s are supposed to be about. But just don't waste time. Just don't spend your 20s just going to parties and watching Netflix all day and playing games all day, or just working a common job that you hate. Live your life with intention and purpose so you don't regret it later. Start planning your next 5 or 10 years now. If you do that, even though you haven't achieved anything by 30 yet, at least you can be proud of yourself, because You got the knowledge, you got the experience, you tried things, and these failed things actually taught you what's your real direction. Your 30s are about clarity, self-awareness, and direction, and you don't get that if you just spend your 20s living without intention, just wasting time on things that don't add any value to your life. So in conclusion, life definitely doesn't end at 30. That's nonsense. At 30, you still being young as hell, okay? You have all your life ahead. But the illusion that you should have everything figured out by 30, that's what actually destroys people. Just to finish this video, as always, I want to be honest with you and share with you all my honest thoughts, because of course, I have my own fears and doubts. For example, I actually feel angry with my 20s because I feel like I wasted too much time. I changed directions too many times and I made so many mistakes along the way. And now, of course, it's hard not to feel that I should be farther ahead than I am right now. Everyone else is better than me, everyone else is successful, but not me. I'm so perfectionist and nothing that I do feels enough. I always feel that I can do better and better and better. That's why actually I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to rest. And when I do, I feel guilty because I feel like I'm wasting time and I should do something more useful. I know what you're saying. I'm trying to change that. Life definitely doesn't end at 30, okay? I'm not feeling old. I don't feel like a grandma right now, so please just don't be afraid of that. Even though the whole world thinks the opposite, like at 30, the moment you turn 30, for the rest of the people, you are already a grandma, okay? What a stupid and limited way of thinking. This video is sponsored by my favorite books. I want to share 2 books that I read that made me realize that we're actually not too late and 30s is not being late. So maybe these books can also help you. The first one is The Defining Decade. It talks about how your 20s matter, but not in a panic way. One main quote that I love of this book is, "Your life isn't over, but your choices compound." The second book is Midnight Library. It's about regret, alternate lives, and what ifs. It shows that literally every life path struggles and there's not a perfect timeline. Okay, and let me mention just one more book, which is Make Time. And I can hear you saying, but that book isn't about productivity. And yes, but at the same time, it's also about intentional living. And let me tell you something, but you don't need more time, you just need more intention. Always, I would love to know more about you. So please give me a little bit of your time and write me a short comment down below. Tell me how old are you and what makes you afraid of turning 30. I want to read your story and share our thoughts. Please let me know if you want me to recommend my favorite books related to the topics that I will be talking in my videos, and I will do it more. If you like this video, this type of content, let me know. And if you didn't like this video and you don't want me to post more, also let me know, because I listen to both type of feedback, positive or negative. I just want to provide more value to you. And if you think that you are too late to work on your dreams again, maybe you will also feel inspired by this video right here, in which I'm opening up about all my fears and all my doubts about retaking my acting career, which was always my dream since I was a child. I'm 29 right now, and even though I decided that I will keep going. See you there, and thank you so much for watching.